Okay, just a quick show and tell on the Alice in Wonderland rubber stamps here. These are just, I don't know where these are from. My sister and my mother were kind of, I don't know, clearing out some of the things that they hadn't been using. And I'm not sure which grouping this was from, either my mom or my sister. But, anyways, I thought I would do a little quick video on this. Alice in Wonderland rubber stamps have always been really popular. A lot of different companies have these exact same illustrations here. I'm not quite sure what book they were from or if they were from some kind of publication that also got included into maybe some of those Dover copyright free illustration books or something like that, because they're all, like I said, a lot of different companies have these exact same illustrations, and they always have from the beginning of the kind of the, I don't know, the start of the hobby. You saw a lot of companies have these in their line. A lot of companies, like going back to the, I would say in the 80s, mostly had copyright free illustrations in their line that made up the, the basically the bulk of their catalog. But one of the lines that were really recognizable because, they're actually illustrations from a specific publication were the Alice in Wonderland ones. Back then, in the, I would say the late 80s and I'd say to about to mid 90s or so, there was actually a company called Alice in Rubberland. And they, of course, had all these different illustrations here like this. But, okay, so the thing that occurred to me, when I was starting my company, and friends and family or my employees would go to a show, and even if they weren't rubber stampers, I noticed a lot of them, they were drawn to the Alice in Wonderland line. And I don't know, I guess they like the story or something like that, but I don't know. I noticed they were picking these types of things up, so there was, obviously wide appeal for them. These ones were all purchased unmounted, and I can tell that because I can tell that I indexed these myself. This was the company Eagle Valley Woodworks that had this kind of profile here. There's no company name on here, so I don't know where. Probably my sister picked these up, and then I mounted them for them. Or we would go to a show, and after the show, I would go back to my place, and we would mount these up for them. We'd have to put kind of a piece of double stick tape on the back of like a mount, and I would put that rubber on there, and then we would find a piece of wood that fit, the die, and then we would stamp onto the top of the wood that image, and then I would have to spray seal it with like a Krylon, crystal clear or something like that, because I sealed all of these off. I can tell that because the wood coloring is a little bit different than the bottom side. You can see how light that color of maple is compared to a sprayed one with an acrylic sealant like that. So it would lock down the ink really well, and it would prevent them from smearing or something like that, with usage. And that's the way that everyone used to handle unmounted rubber, believe it or not. You buy the rubber and then you would mount it yourself, so they would sell that double stick cushion there, and wood blocks, from various companies. So I was a manufacturer of stamps, of course. So sometimes I would ask my manufacturers, I'd say, hey, do you have any like end cuts or scraps? And, a lot of them say, yeah, I'll just, when I send out your order, or they would just send out a separate box of it. So there was all kinds of different sizes, sometimes there would be a little irregularities or something like that. Or it was the end piece of, whatever inch block they were using. So I don't know. I just had tons of that. So, anyways, just a little quick video here. Like I said, if you're into Alice in Wonderland, you can find, probably these days like sheets of all of these images in here. And I found out, that all of the images too, it seemed like they were all about the same size. So I think whatever kind of source material, whatever companies are making these out of, I have a feeling that most of those companies are doing the stamps at 100%, and they're not changing the size of these too much, because you never see like this image of this Mad Hatter, I don't know, at 150%, like this big or something like that, or shrunken down. So, yeah, I all of these different, like I said, these sets are all about the same size in scale. So, I don't know, pretty fun stuff. I don't think I've ever used any of these images before. I don't have any myself until now, but I don't know. I haven't borrowed some of these stamps before and put them into any scenes at this point in time. So maybe I'll try that and I don't know, put something out there. You can always do stuff like if you're following all, what's a set like this. It's what's kind of cool is you can put them into. You can stamp in a sequence and do like I don't know, whatever, a 5 scene sequential project, and it's kind of cool because you can put like some quotes from where these um, images are taken from in the in the book and the story or something like that, or if these little characters have like really kind of, I don't know, whatever specific quotes, recognizable quotes, you can put that into the scene somehow, and that would be kind of cool. Or you can just kind of write it into, and that's kind of fun. Do it in your own handwriting, like a little quote or something like that. But anyways, I just looked online to see, what kind of imagery or products are out there these days. And like I said, most of them are in sheets, and that would be a good way to pick them up. But I don't know, you can check them out. And then there's other images too, but these are some of the main ones that I've seen over and over, throughout the years. So anyways, fun stuff. Thanks for watching.